Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Are you stuck in email jail? Well, you're in the right place because today we are talking about 3 tips to help you get organized and get off of that overload of information. Hey, everyone. How are you today? Hello, replay viewers. Welcome, live viewers. Happy Monday. I'm excited to be here today to share with you some tips that I have in organizing email. First off, let me introduce myself. My name is Danny. I'm a mindset and empowerment coach who helps individuals, teams, and small business take their personal and professional development to the next level. I'm so glad that you're here today because today is the start of National #Clean Off Your Desk Day. And that is why it's the perfect time to start talking about decluttering. At the beginning of the year, we like to start off fresh. We like to get things in order. We're getting our goals in order. We're setting our intentions for the year. But one of the things sometimes we forget to do is to declutter, to get rid of all the mess around us, whether that be physical declutter in our email boxes or even in our minds. Sometimes we have a lot going on and we just need to kind of get it out, sort it through, and let go of what we no longer need. So today I've got some tips for you on email. So before we get started though, if you know somebody who is struggling with their email, or you're like, hello, you could probably use these tips, please feel free to share this video with them, to give me a thumbs up if it resonates with you. And as always, leave a comment below if you are enjoying these tips or which one is your absolute favorite. All right, so if you think about email, one of the things that I realized when I was in my 9-to-5 is that I sometimes would get overloaded with email. For one, it always seemed that I always was getting copied on something, or I was included in an email that was a chain of simple back and forth responses that really didn't need my immediate attention. And so what would happen is my email inbox would get so flooded, right? I would have so many emails. And, you know, if I took a couple of days off, oh my goodness, my inbox would be out of control when I got back the next day or the next, when I got back from whatever time I took off, my email box would be so overloaded. So what I found was to set some kind of basic rules down for my email. And so we're going to talk about a couple of different things. But tip number 1 for you today is you want to create folders. So if you do not have folders in your email inbox, let me tell you, you are missing out on something great. The thing about folders is you have a place where you can easily store your email. So it's a place where you can categorize things, where you can put those things that you want to read but don't have the time right now, or things that you think are urgent, that you really need to get to, but you just maybe don't have the time right now. So people set up folders for many different ways on how they're, hey Jill, for how they're welcome, for how they're doing their emails. So one of the things that I do that I'm going to recommend to you is that create some folders around what works for you. So if you think about your physical filing system, you want to create folders that are similar to that. So maybe it's, you know, your bills. Maybe it's those medical records you need. Maybe it's your business. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and you have some business, you know, files that you need to create to store those emails, whether it's from clients, whether it's from vendors, whoever it might be, that you can store those in. It's going to take it out of your inbox. It's going to give it a place where you can go to in the future, just as you can with your physical files. Now you have this location for your emails. One of the other things that I hear from people all the time, and what I did, was I had so many emails in my inbox that I was overwhelmed. I was like, I'm not going to spend days and days going through all these emails, trying to figure out where to categorize them, where to folder them, whether to keep them, delete them, and so forth. So what I did, and what I would recommend to you, is take those emails, maybe it's 1,000, 3,000, I don't know, whatever those emails are, create a folder and throw them all into that folder. Here's why. First off, it's getting it out of your email inbox, which is great because it frees up what you're looking at on a regular basis. But also, it's there if you need it. Because oftentimes what I hear is you just want to delete them all, right? The thing is there might be an important email in there. You might need to refer back to it sometime, right? So what you want to do is if you put them all in there, you can go back to them and look at them, but they're not clouding your focus, your attention when you're in your email inbox. So that is something that I would recommend doing. It's something that I did that really worked for me. And then once a month, I kind of go into that folder and chip away at it. I set some time, maybe 20, 30 minutes, and I just go through those emails and delete them or file them if they need to be filed. But that way it's out, don't have to worry about it. The other thing that I would recommend is tip number 2 is to create rules. So if you are not creating rules with your email, so as your emails are coming in, if you're not having them do something for you, you are wasting a service that your email provider has. So most email providers will be able to create, you'll be able to create rules and have them sort to these new folders that you made, or even color code them so that when they come in, you see the ones that are most important. Because tell me if I'm wrong, you have emails that come in that get lost in the shuffle that are really important. I know recently I had an email come in from a potential client and it got lost in my email simply because I had not created the correct rule for that. So now I've gone in and made sure that any new person that emails me, it automatically pops up in a certain color so that I know that is something that I need to focus my attention on. So that's another way to use rules. The other thing is you can label your email. So after they do come in, you can label them a certain, whether it's color. And so when you quickly look through your inbox, you can see what's important, what's not important, or depending on what categories you want to set. Oh, that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, okay, this one's hard, and this one is hard for me as well. There's so much great content out on the web, right? There's all these free things that people are offering to you, which is great. The downside is you have to subscribe. I know I've done it a zillion times. I subscribe to things. I get this great content, but now I'm on somebody's email list. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of these email lists are great, and I use them as well for my business. However, once we've now subscribed to this, we are now going to have an influx of email that we may not want. So my first tip on that is don't subscribe. Only subscribe to something that you absolutely know that this is going to be great content for you, or this is going to help you in some way. If it's, over the holiday, I bought an item from Sharper Image for a gift, for a Christmas gift. And now I am on Sharper Image's email list, right? I know we've all done it to get those coupons, those discount codes, and that's exactly what I got. Well, now I'm getting emails probably twice a week from Sharper Image. Now, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to buy from Sharper Image again. I do like their products, but I want to go there when I want to go there. I don't want to constantly be hearing from them. So what I did is as soon as I started seeing their emails come in, I just went ahead and unsubscribed from them. So that's going to be my recommendation. If you do subscribe to something, you get that free content. When that next email comes in, simply unsubscribe from it. It takes just a second to do so. Most of them, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the email, you can click unsubscribe. Sometimes they'll take you to another web page that will say, do you want to decrease your amount of email, or do you only want emails on this type of product or sale or whatever it might be. And so you can kind of filter that a little bit or completely unsubscribe. Because there is great stuff out there. I know you want the coupon, so do I. Just make sure that it's not now going to overload your inbox. The other thing is, if you do subscribe to things, one of the things I started doing is I have a separate email box. I have an old email address that I've had for years that I don't really use. And so what I've done is I've used that email simply to subscribe to things. And then as I see, especially those like grocery ads or those really quick discounts that I want to get, I'll use that email address. So then it just goes over there every once in a while. Probably to be honest, every few months, I'll go in there and kind of set some time and go through those. You do that too, Jill? Yeah, it's a great way to not, mess with your regular email. That's funny. So the last thing that I'm going to say is today. So your action item for today is to take 20 minutes. I know you can do it. 20 minutes and set aside some time to just go through your email and organize it out. Whether it be you create some rules, create some folders, or you create that graveyard folder and dump everything in it so that way you can clean up your inbox. I vow to do it today. I will take some time today and go through my email and make sure all those things I signed up for over the holidays are out of my email and somewhere else where I'm not seeing them and not so overwhelmed. But that is your action item today. If you have any tips on email, how to organize your email, please leave them down below. I love to hear tips on organization. And that is it. So the last thing, announcements. Today, if you have joined the Empowered Women Achieving Success Facebook group, that's my free Facebook group, we are starting Mindset Mastery, which I'm super excited. This is a 6-week journey that we're going to go on together as a group and really focus on changing that mindset so that we can have success in 2017. It's a foundation for what's to come for the future, and I'm really excited about that. If you'd like to join, I'll leave a link below in the comments so that you can join us. We are getting started at 9, so we are just 30 minutes away from that. Number 2 is tomorrow we are back, not tomorrow, Wednesday, we are back with Coffee Chat with Danny, the new series right here on my Facebook page, and it is going to be about to-do lists, and I've got some apps and some desktop versions of some things to use to kind of help you as you make to-do lists or even that ever so crazy grocery list that we all have to deal with. All right, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your day, Jill. It was great to see you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.